Here we go. Monday night, January 3rd. It's the Bearcat Journal Nightcap brought to you by Galactic Fried Chicken. I'm Chad Brendel. He's Aaron Smith. And Aaron, 2 days away. Galactic Fried Chicken is back on Wednesday. Holiday break is over. Get your fried chicken fix. Legs, wings, tenders, thighs, chicken fingers.
That sauce, right? There it is.
Chipotle honey mustard dipping sauce, out of this world good. So they'll be back open on Wednesday. Make sure you hit up Galactic Fried Chicken in the very near future. As we talked about last night, I was stopped multiple times at the Cotton Bowl with people saying, "Hey, that chicken place, amazing." And I'm like, "Yep.
That's the stuff.
That's the stuff. I told you. I wouldn't steer you guys wrong. I wouldn't.
You're a foodie.
I'm a foodie. Look at me. I eat a lot.
You used to be a runner.
I'm going to send you to the good places. Galactic Fried Chicken is one of them. So positive vibes. Galactic Fried Chicken back in action on Wednesday. So make your plans to get to Galactic Fried Chicken later this week.
This is Chad before Galactic Fried Chicken.
This is Chad after Galactic Fried Chicken.
Just saying.
Just saying. Mention Pump It Up. Get you a discount. Show them your BCJ membership. So that's where we're at with Galactic Fried Chicken. I'm glad to get them back with the doors open here in a couple days. A couple newsy things to talk about today. I love newsy things for the nightcap, Aaron.
I'm sure you do.
That makes life a lot easier.
Good for business.
Very good for business. Makes life a lot easier. Which one do you want to hit first? Let's talk about Rome.
We should get one of those wheels.
Yeah. Jerome Ford declares for the NFL draft. No surprise there. Right. Look, man, there's only so many hits on a running back's body. That kid did above and beyond the yeoman's work for the Cincinnati Bearcats in 2021. A huge reason that they were in the college football playoff. Number 5 season in team history with over 1,300 yards, 19 touchdowns rushing, tied the mark set by Mike Warren for the most in school history. 20 touchdowns on the season, also tied the overall record from Mike Warren for the most in UC football history. And that was with what? 2.5 games where he was pretty limited. And one game he missed with an ankle injury.
Right.
So, I mean, this was probably the best season from a running back overall, and given the circumstances and given the stage in school history. Hats off to Rome. Like, that kid was funny. Like that kid was personable. He delivered one of the great lines in UC football history. Please don't call me the Alabama transfer. I'm a Cincinnati Bearcat.
Yep.
And boy, when he got in the open field, we've never seen anyone like Jerome Ford be able to hit that extra gear and take it to the house.
It leaves a gaping hole at running back. Let's be all the way honest.
Yeah. He was one of the best in school history.
Correct.
So much like when Mike Warren left, he was also one of the best in school history.
I mean, you still had Dokes there, and Dokes had been the starter before Mike Warren overtook Dokes because of injury, and then Dokes regained his starter spot back when Warren was gone. But I'm very intrigued to see what the Bearcats end up doing with going into next season. I would not be at all surprised if there was a transfer or two that came into.
I don't think there'll be 2, but I definitely think there could be 1. They'll be looking. That they're definitely browsing the running back transfer portal market. We'll see where that goes. That's how they got Jerome Ford, and what a great addition that was.
Yeah,
he was very good last year, backing up Dokes, and he was, like I said, as good as any running back UC's ever had with what he did this season. So hats off to Rome. because that was
yes, sir.
That was a hell of a year. The other newsy item of the day, Cincinnati got a transfer in Ivan Pace, linebacker from Miami of Ohio, 125 tackles this year, and just a guy kind of like his younger brother, Deshaun Pace. He knows how to be around the football.
Yeah, he's got a nose for the ball for sure, and another Cole Rain product.
Yep, and they love those Cole Rain products with the Cincinnati Bearcats. So he's a little undersized, but like we talked about in the BBP tonight, look, Perry Young had a pretty good career playing linebacker in this system. Jarrell White had a pretty good career playing linebacker in this system, is a little bit undersized. So Ivan is going to come in, and you have to believe he's going to find his way on the football field.
Brady Collins likes a challenge.
Yeah. I mean, everybody, that's what they want to talk about is he doesn't have Brian White or Darian Beavers or Joel DeBlanco or Wilson Huber's size. But especially at the college level, man, size doesn't matter as much if you can get a guy on the field that just knows how to get to the ball and knows how to make plays. And without Myjai Sanders, this is what I haven't really heard anybody talk about yet. Without Myjai Sanders, they're going to have to do some things differently in terms of getting to the quarterback. And Ivan Pace has shown to be a guy that knows how to get to the quarterback and get the quarterback to the ground. He's had very good sack numbers in his 3 years at Miami. So that's another one that I think is going to be a very good pickup for Cincinnati.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see how quickly he sees the field, because I don't necessarily know that it's going to be right away, as there are some pieces there that he may not just be handed, like, here you go.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be handed anything, but I think he'll find his way onto the 2 deep pretty quick. He's going to...
Oh, for sure, the 2 deep. I'm talking more than one. Like, people are already thinking it's a foregone conclusion that he's going to be a starter, and I just don't know that that's necessarily where he is. So
let's see who comes back. Let's see how that all develops. The good news is should be enrolling for Monday, and he'll be here for spring football.
That's great news. And
we'll get
at the very least, at the very least, you have depth, which that's been a concern at linebacker over the course of the last couple of years. So
especially you're losing DeBlanco and Beavers,
right? And those huge shoes to fill. Yeah.
So, and potentially Huber, although I think there's, at least a pretty good opportunity we see when Huber makes his decision, the doors open for him to come back. The other kind of newsy topic of the day, Tom Loy of Irish Illustrated, who we have a great relationship with because we have to work together so often on coaches and players and
getting tired of this.
Brian Mason reportedly is next up as the special teams coordinator at Notre Dame for new head coach Marcus Freeman. My understanding is the interview is tomorrow, but barring a surprise of Brian Mason saying thanks but no thanks, it looks like all signs are Marcus Freeman has zeroed in on Brian Mason to be the special teams coordinator for Notre Dame. And that one will hurt because special teams has been take the struggles in the place kicking game out.
Sure.
Special teams between punting, kickoff return, punt return, punt block, all that stuff. Like Brian Mason has been a stud as a special teams coordinator at Cincinnati. It would be a big loss.
Yeah, kickoff was a snafu at the beginning of the season this year, and that was something that they fixed almost immediately.
With the ball going out of bounds.
Yeah, and I think they fixed that within 2 games.
Yeah.
So it was fixed immediately, and it was never an issue again. So that obviously that'd be a huge loss. It's a guy who has been with Coach Luke Fickell, correct me if I'm wrong, since he was a grad assistant.
At Ohio State, yeah. Well, right. Brian did something I've never seen anybody do. He was a grad assistant, and while he was a grad assistant, he got like 7 graduate degrees. Purdue, Cincinnati. Like he took the grad assistant opportunity and maximized it because he's got like 7 college degrees. between his time.
He should be like a doctor at this point.
Yeah, Dr. Brian Mason. Dr. Brian Mason. Good to meet you, sir.
Yeah, that one will hurt. It'll be interesting to see if he does go where Cincinnati goes to try and fill those shoes, as they're already looking to fill OC shoes and potentially tight end coach shoes. At the very least, tight end coach shoes.
Yeah.
And we'll see the rest of the way the cards fall. So
this is what happens when you're a successful program. Everybody comes for your coordinators and your assistants.
I was going to say the same thing. You beat me to it.
That's we've talked about this, and it's like when I said to somebody today who was like, well, we can't just keep having all this turnover on the coaching staff. They've had 3 defensive line coaches in 5 years, 3 cornerback coaches in 5 years, 3 running back coaches in 5 years. They've replaced the defensive coordinator and linebacker coach in Freeman. They've replaced the safeties coach a couple times. Like, this is how it goes, man. This is football.
Well, and it's a tribute to your success.
Right.
If you weren't doing well, no one would want your coaches. And now we're, when the concern is if you don't promote Geno, he's gone for an OC spot somewhere else. Why wouldn't you promote within? With the recruit, especially with the recruiting that he's done here at the University of Cincinnati.
We talked about that last night. I will be surprised if it's not Geno as the new offensive coordinator. But Luke Fickell has gone outside the box a couple times before. He gets the benefit of the doubt because when you look at the hires he's made, they've been really, really good when he's had a spot on staff to fill. So
curious to see where everything ends up.
Yeah, we'll continue to monitor it right here on this YouTube feed. So keep checking back every night.
Hit like, hit subscribe, you knuckleheads.
And to the guy that gets his toddler to sleep every night by listening to the Nightcap.
You're welcome.
All right, that's going to do it. Galactic Fried Chicken, back open on Wednesday. We'll be here to talk about it again tomorrow night. That's going to wrap it up. He's Aaron Smith. I'm Chad Brendel. Right here on BearcatJournal.com.
See ya.